Welcome to Storyland Channel, where stories come to life. Today we bring you a timeless tale of wonder and wisdom, The Fisherman and the Goldfish. Join us as we journey to a seaside world filled with magic and life-changing decisions. Once upon a time, in a small, humble cottage by the sea, there lived an old fisherman and his wife. They were poor and lived a simple life, barely making ends meet. Every day, the fisherman would cast his net into the sea, hoping to catch enough fish to feed his family. But more often than not, he returned home with an empty net. One day, after a particularly unsuccessful day of fishing, the old man cast his net one last time. To his astonishment, he pulled up a large, shimmering goldfish trapped in his net. The fish spoke to him, saying, "Please, kind fisherman, spare my life. I am not an ordinary fish. I am a magical fish, and I can grant you any 3 wishes in exchange for my freedom." The fisherman was taken aback, but felt sorry for the goldfish. He released it back into the sea, thinking that his family could do with a little help. When he returned home, he told his wife about the encounter and the 3 wishes they could make. The fisherman's wife, however, was not satisfied with just a few simple wishes. She wanted grandeur and power. She sent her husband back to the sea to make their first wish, which was for a new grand house to replace their humble cottage. The goldfish, true to its word, granted their wish, and the old cottage was transformed into a magnificent mansion. The fisherman's wife was delighted, but her desires grew even more insatiable. She sent her husband to the sea again, this time wishing for wealth and vast riches. The goldfish granted their second wish, and the fisherman and his wife became immensely wealthy. Yet the wife's greed was insatiable, and she demanded that her husband go back to the sea and make their final wish. She wanted to become the ruler of a great kingdom with immense power and influence. The fisherman returned to the sea and found the goldfish once more. He hesitated, feeling uneasy about his wife's unending desires. When he explained his wife's wishes, the goldfish sighed and said, "Your wife's ambitions are boundless, and I can grant her wish, but I fear the consequences." The fisherman returned home, and despite his wife's protests, he explained what the goldfish had told him. Realizing the potential dangers of her last wish, the fisherman's wife reconsidered. She decided that their current wealth was more than enough, and that they should be content with their newfound prosperity. The fisherman went back to the sea, found the goldfish once again, and thanked it for its wisdom and generosity. The goldfish, in response to the fisherman's gratitude, granted him a final wish: peace, happiness, and prosperity for the rest of his days. From that day on, the fisherman and his wife lived a content and happy life, appreciating the simple pleasures that came their way. The story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of greed and the importance of being grateful for what one has. Thank you for joining us in this enchanting journey today. If you enjoyed this story and would like to see more, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until next time on Storyland, where stories continue to inspire and entertain. Goodbye.